said you lost 3 dudes being on here
Three
that time?
Damn. That I had long lifetime that I thought I had.
They was in a friend zone. You was garnering time, attention, and resources, and you lost that? Yup.
Exactly, nigga.
Yeah, so they
exactly
wasn't.
what that
You ain't
was.
have genuine intentions with them.
Damn, that's my
But
sugar
they
daddy.
have genuine intention with me. Like,
Well, how would you know? You
because
never
I
gave
knew
them a
that.
chance.
Because what happens when I recycle niggas is
Just lost 3 more after that statement.
Yeah, she just like,
All women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize they're not equipped to handle him. A good man is not convenient. He doesn't bend to accommodate chaos. He doesn't rearrange his values because you're emotional. A real good man has discipline, boundaries, and priorities that don't shift based on your mood. And this is where women get confused. When you've never met emotional maturity, you misread everything. You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him selfish because he protects his peace. You label him detached because he refuses to beg for your approval. But that's not coldness. That is self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. Good men don't chase drama. They don't chase chaos. And they sure as don't chase women who weaponize emotion. They build, they lead, they create order. Most women aren't ready for the responsibility that comes with a stable man because stability doesn't feed your need for emotional roller coasters. It doesn't scratch that itch for unpredictable validation. For women raised in dysfunction, peace feels boring until you lose it. A good man requires partnership, respect, and a woman who's emotionally regulated, not reactive, not reckless. Stay solid. Good men don't bend. They build. And the right woman rises to meet him.
A lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you on some BS.
I really want to meet feminists who are in relationships with men, whether that's marriage or dating, because a lot of times, I mean, I'm very naive. In my feminism journey, I've always assumed that all the women around me are also feminists. And then when I find out that they're not, I'm just shocked. Or when I find out that women are dating men who are openly misogynistic, I get very shocked. But it's like, this isn't shocking. I'm kind of just naive to assume that all women are feminists, so that's my fault. But the reason why I want to meet feminists who are in relationships with men is because I really want to know their perspectives. So many women I know settle for misogynistic men because there's kind of like this narrative that there's no hope, there's no man out there who's doing the work, and I just really want to know, like, what are the non-negotiables? What are those things that, what are those red flags, those immediate red flags? Because I feel like I have my list, but I'm just intrigued to you know, hear from women who are more experienced in dating, to hear their experience.
She don't give a fuck. They don't care. Baddies don't care.
But what I'm referring to is it's not necessarily about money all the time. And I think
No, you said that.
No.
You said, what is it that makes a male?
No, I will say it again.
Okay, say it again.
Why should a man take a baddie serious?
I just told you. When they make more money and they're the boss.
That's cool.
She's the boss. And
But-
so he makes, so what I was trying to refer to is he makes more money, right?
Right.
But she's the boss.
Okay, take money out of it.
No, it was money out of it. He definitely makes more money than her. She's still running that.
Okay, but
Okay.
take financials out of it.
Okay, so what?
What are the qualities that a baddie may bring to the table?
She's definitely more popular than him. I don't even know who the he is. So if he respectfully, I don't watch Major League Baseball, but if he wants to be like with a young, successful baddie that is an it girl, that's what she's bringing to the table because she's definitely her follower, everything. She's more popping. So I don't know. Sometimes like I'm a little bit older. I don't really care about.
Men have started going their own direction and quit fixing the mistakes and the foolishness. And some of the stuff is not even a mistake. It's just you doing whatever you want to do and expecting a man to save you. And when I, as a man, have stopped doing that, my life has gotten a lot better.
So women don't want all your attention. I actually think most women would have zero respect for you if you gave them all. If you're my everything. I don't think they want that. I think what they want is a man who wants to like get out there and bend the world to his will and take on battles and do the whole thing, all those masculine ideals, right? That we've now couched as toxic in some fashion. But like, no, I think the world was built by men of will. Like, and I say it as one. Like, I want to go out in the world and bend it to my will. Like, I want to build things. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, and that there's a lot to be proud of in that. And I think there's a lot that's deeply attractive in that. I think there's a lot of women that would be like, oh yeah, that's like really attractive that the men, because what else, if I can do that, what else, what can I do for you? What can I help you do? What can I do to protect you and preserve this thing we have? Like, to have that discipline, that tenacity, to have given up so many things along the way, to not sleep in, to go to the gym, to like do all the things I've done to get to that place. It tells you something about who I am. And if I bring that same thing to our relationship, that's going to be a strong relationship that has value, right?
Well, honestly and truly, most of these modern women want to get their hearts broken by Chad and Tyrone. For the rest of us who actually want to improve on ourselves, we're going to go somewhere else and do that. And that's what today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle, helps you to do.
A man will tell you he wants you to have his children, that he sees a future with you, then go missing 3 days later. He'll tell you that you're the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. He's never met anyone like you, and he'll still ghost you. The problem is that the men who do this, they mean what they're saying in the moment. But then the moment passes. They realize that their words came with responsibilities, that they set a set of standards and expectations that you're going to expect them to meet. It's easier for him to ghost you than to actually take the responsibility of telling you the truth. Of course, there are narcissists who love bomb, who do this maliciously. But that's not what I'm talking about. The normal guy who ghosts you, he meant it in the moment, it felt good, he was receiving ego validation from you. When he was saying it, he was picturing what could be, but then he realized there were responsibilities that came along with that, and he was not going to live up to those responsibilities, so he disappeared. It's important for you to be aware of the pattern, but even more important to not let that ghost return when he comes back as a zombie. Just block him. If this has happened to you, leave it in the comments.
The women that don't like nice guys just possess evil spirits. I can understand if somebody's being overly nice in order to disguise who they truly are. But if someone just has a nice nature to them, a respectful nature to them, what turns you off about that? Other than it's making your evil spirit uncomfortable. I've noticed when I be nice to certain women, you see a look of uncomfortability on their face, as if it's irritating the demon in you.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
Girls actually think that don't look past certain things because we love them. Sweetheart, you think you always smell like roses and flowers, baby? Yeah, we ignore that inner tube smell some of them times we cracking because we love you. We ignore your crack being ashier than our elbows because we love you. But we know if we spread that anymore, your might split. Like, you feel me? We actually do look past a lot of, but will air out everything about us because they in their feelings, because they feel some type of way. If talked as much as hoes say that we talk, bro, hoes wouldn't even have no new to get because every avoid them. Real.
And I think that's a huge part of the problem is that there hasn't been an acceptance, like truly, of the fact that men and women are not the same on purpose, by design, for a reason. Like, And so, yeah, that has effects in the therapy room, right? Because we're just looking, feelings are feelings, right? Unexpressed feelings is the root of all of your problems. So let's just express the feelings and make room for listening. Like, right, maybe for some that's enough, but it's just not enough for the reasons we discussed earlier, but also for the fact that men are not women.
The reason he's not pursuing you is on a list from 100 masculine men that I interviewed, asking them what makes them commit, what makes them approach, what makes them fall for a woman, and what makes them run away, and everything in between. If you want that whole report, comment report, I will send it to you. But for now, the top 3 things that make a man pursue and commit. Number 3 is emotional connection. Who knew? Guys have feelings too. If emotional connection is there, a man is exponentially more willing to commit, which leads to number 2, compatibility and shared values. I remember reading the book, His Needs, Her Needs, where it talks about the most important things to a guy in a relationship, and beyond physical attractiveness and fulfillment. The third need in that book is recreational activities, where, a guy can share what he's doing recreationally with his woman. This is a place where we as guys bond. A lot of guys, in essence, want to be dating their best friend, albeit a hot best friend. And the number 1 thing that makes a guy pursue and commit is, and I saw this littered throughout the report, it was the answer to a bunch of different questions. I had no idea it was going to be this prevalent, to be honest with you. But the number 1 thing that makes a man pursue and commit is loyalty. There are signs that women can give off that they are a loyal woman, and there are signs that women can give off they are not a loyal woman, and those signs can emerge within the first meeting. I'm going to go way deeper onto this and the answers in this report. Again, comment report if you want me to send it to you. And otherwise, I'm Taylor Love, I explain the man brain. Hit the follow button, and I'll see you in the next video.
There is a grief in decentering men. Not only that, but it's just hard. As a single mom, I left a marriage that was not good, but now I'm in a place where I'm still feeling like I need to settle, go into a mid-marriage, just so I can make this work financially and mentally and stability-wise. And decentering men, a part of that is letting go of, it's grieving the fact that I've held my hope in men saving me for so long. And now it's like, I gotta do that. When you're raised in this type of society to rely and trust on a man to provide and care for you forever, once you are grieving and letting go of that, imagining a future where maybe you aren't married again, that's scary. How do you do that? Because I can't keep going back on, once I get a dual income, this will be easier. Once I get a partner, this will be, because I don't know if that's gonna happen for me. I hope so, maybe. Not anytime soon. And it's tough. I don't know, are there other women who have been conditioned in this patriarchal society to trust in men, and then once the men show not so trustworthy, now you have to rebuild your whole psyche and everything that you believe and everything that you've hoped in. How are we doing that, friends?
Submission, that dirty word that no woman seems to like, despite it being their preferred dynamic in a relationship. I'm gonna do something I don't typically do. Temporarily care about the fragile egos of those little snowflakes and try to explain submission to them in a way that doesn't offend them. Let's replace the word submit with the word defer. What does that look like? It doesn't mean I'm bowing down to a man and worshiping him blindly like he's God. It means I'm deferring to him for certain things because he's demonstrated competence. I would definitely defer to him in situations requiring things like physical strength and emotional stoicism, but this is the important point. As a woman, the more things I could defer to a man for, the sexier he becomes. It's not that I'm incapable. I simply trust him more than I trust myself on those things, regardless of how capable I am. And this is why we as women are always intrigued and turned on by the guys that aren't always agreeing with us on things. We like a man that could challenge us with a difference of opinion. Does this mean a man won't ever defer to us for anything? Of course not. But women want men who they can trust to step up and lead more often than not. Any woman who says otherwise is doing the dating world a disservice.
The girls will get $5,500 each. The blokes will get $69,000 each. How can anyone justify this item?
They can't.
No.
I mean, the gender, I beg your pardon?
I can justify it.
How?
Why?
Well, I tell you what, stars don't get paid more money because, a sport doesn't become interesting because the stars are paid more money. Stars get paid more money because the sport is interesting. Let me ask you this. How many of you guys on the panel know who our Australian Matildas are playing in the quarterfinals? No, because you don't care about it. Now, if you cared about it...
I do if they win.
No, but that's the thing.
They beat
Do you know what? All of you can go and watch W League games in the women's competition here, but you don't. Now, when you start to go and watch these women play the wonderful football they do, then they'll earn more money.
But I don't go to watch the men play football either.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people do, Ita. The Men's World Cup is one of the biggest money spinners on the planet. Women's football, even though at grassroots level it's working really, really well, it's got a long way to go. The other thing, let me ask you this about sports equality. The top 10 fastest men of all time in terms of sprinters are all black, of African origin. Are you telling me that the white guys should say, hold on, we should be paid just as much as the black guys for sprinting? No, because they're not as fast.
You're saying that you wouldn't be with a single mother that's a millionaire?
It wouldn't be my first option, no.
You said a millionaire wouldn't want to be with a single mother that's a millionaire.
If he can go ahead and get a girl that doesn't have a child, he'll prefer that, yes. Men are very different than women, because when a guy comes into a woman's relationship, or a relationship with a woman and she has a child, he's going to be expected to take care of that child to a degree. You don't just get with that girl, you get with that girl and that child. And here's the other thing you got to remember. If we break up and I build a bond with that child, I now lose you and the child. And I can't have any type of parental rights to that child because it's your biological child, not mine. I'm a stepfather, so I have no rights to that child. So I lose you, child, alimony, house, 50%. So it's an L for me. It's not worth the risk.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like couples need to have like weekends where, like intimacy weekends where that's the only thing y'all doing. Sometimes couples need to have like a yes weekend. Grant him a yes weekend. Everything you ask me to do, I'm gonna say yes. But the person who is the recipient and the person who has not been getting what they need, don't take advantage of that. Only be focused on what it is that you haven't been receiving, that you desire. If your spouse is willing to do that, go ahead, know in your mind, this is what I'm desiring. Know that, so that when they swing around and they ask, you're ready. And you're not asking for something that you don't want. Ask for what you really want. Ask for what's gonna make you feel like you're special. It's important, men and women, it's important we feel special. But we can't keep suppressing what it is that we need because we have conjured up in our own minds that our spouse is not gonna meet them. Give them another opportunity and a chance, and when that chance is given to you, people of God, take it. Take it.
Alex Cooper got rich poisoning the dating pool. For 6 years, she ran the biggest podcast in the country, telling young women that hookup culture is freedom, that men are disposable, that marriage is the cage, that settling down is losing. She didn't just have opinions, she built a movement. Millions of girls in their 20s grew up on her voice in their headphones. And it worked. Marriage rates are collapsing. Dating apps are a war zone. A whole generation of men and women can't find each other. Alex helped build that, and she got paid every time another young woman tuned in. And now look at the photo. She's pregnant, married, glowing on a magazine cover with her husband. She got the family, the baby, the exact life she spent 6 years telling other women they didn't need. And the woman in this tweet just admitted the whole game. She called it the feminist dream. Burn through men in your 20s, cash in a husband in your 30s. Alex sold the culture. She didn't live it. She got rich pointing other women toward a future she would never accept for herself. And the daughters watching her right now, they're the ones who'll pay for it. If you're watching the culture around you go sideways and you can feel it in your own marriage, drop me a DM. I do one-on-one confidential sessions about your specific situation.
The Interview with the Vampire show is biblically accurate to the tone of the books, and it is the exact same for the Vampire Lestat. People are screaming like, oh, they ruined Lestat's character. This is Lestat's character. We have, up until this point, only had Louis' perspective of Lestat. Now we're seeing Lestat out of his own eyes. Yeah, it's gonna be different. Louis is self-flagellating and depressive and whiny. And while he very much believes his own narrative, that does not mean his narrative is accurate, as we've seen. Lestat is flamboyant and cocky and ruthless, and he's very much a performer, which we're finally getting to see. I think it's so much fun. I've watched the first episode 3 times already. But like, they made every indication that this was essentially going to be a different series from Interview with the Vampire. They changed the name. It's its own thing. This isn't season 3 of Interview with the Vampire. This is season 1 of The Vampire Lestat. If we're going in order of the books, we are never again going to be in Louis' POV. Anne Rice never again wrote from Louis' POV. But to everyone screaming that this is not Lestat, they ruined Lestat, this is the most accurate Lestat we've ever gotten.
A stigma in the society that if you're a mother, like, you are really not the most dateable person. And we see it a lot. I'm a single mother. I see it a lot. It doesn't matter how educated you are or how independent you are. Some people view it as you are trying to date them so that they can take care of your kids or like help you with your kids or whatever. Yeah. But And some of these men that I see saying, I'll never date a single mother, do you think we will ever date you?
Ooh.
Like, sometimes you need to look at yourself and introspect. You know who mara mara wa yona tsama ka Mercedes and una le ngwana iwa and una go estating and the child is in private school. Do you think that woman would even date you? Like, do you qualify to date her?
A woman's ideal man is better than her at everything. Now, do I mean literally everything? Yes. Ideally, a woman can sleep soundly at night and breathe easy during the day, knowing that her man is bigger, stronger, smarter, wiser, more connected, harder working, more courageous, and more of anything that you could imagine than her. And this is biological. Knowing that they're the life force of the species and knowing that they're the physically weaker of the two sexes, women are natural survivalists. They look for men who they can count on to protect them from threats to their ability to help the species survive. So this all really comes back to one key word: competence. Women want a man who is competent, someone who they can assist but never have to lead, someone who they know would be fine without them but who are optimized by their presence in his life. This is the key to being truly attractive to a woman. And more importantly, it's the key to saving the modern dating landscape altogether.
I'm seeing some clips where black women are telling other black women how to treat a white man, because black men don't treat us well. But also, white men aren't going to put up with the same BS that we put black men through. You gotta be nice, feminine, all that kind of shit. I see black men saying black women aren't worth protecting and providing for because black women don't treat them well. Though they will provide and protect women of other countries, other races, specifically white women, because those women know how to treat a man. So it seems like the consensus among the black population: treat each other like you're white. Black ladies treat the black man like he's a white man. Black men treat the black woman like she's a white woman. Everything will be okay. This is what I'm hearing. But then I guess you have to act like that too. Treat them like they're white. Also act like you're white. Do the things that makes them want to be with a white person. Ladies, be soft and feminine. Men, be gentlemen and pay them bills. You're both seeking traditionalism that didn't quite exist in the black US community, but existed in theirs. If you learn your history, this is what we're doing. All right. But what do you guys think?
I just want to add this video in because every time I see these speed caters, I'm like, this is how my body look. But because I'm black, I feel like my body type is not appreciated in the black community. And it makes me so sad because I like my body and I feel like it looks like this, but it's not appreciated in my community. We like the oversized things. Bitch, I like my body and I'm an athlete. And this is how my body look. Like, when it's a white girl, they're like, oh my gosh, she's the baddie. But if she was black, they'd be like, she's just regular.
No, she's right, guys. Honestly, we need to put an end to the racist body shaming and the misogynoir because this person and this person look exactly the same.
What did you say about what I asked you?
I said, it's my day off.
Yeah?
We're off to TJ Maxx, from the mall, get coffee, go look at this, go look at that.
And I don't see anything wrong with any of those things. It's fun.
Nothing about that is fun.
But you love me. But you love me.
Yeah, that man spends all week at a job doing things for somebody else that he doesn't want to do. And then on weekends, he gets to also do things for somebody else that he doesn't want to do. I mean, I get his point. He's saying it's not very fun because it isn't. But one thing about these men that are good men in a relationship with you, he wants to make you happy. So he's going to end up doing the things with you. But these men also, they really deserve a partner that also considers what they want to do. So they're not trying to make this man spend all day doing only the things that they want to do. And you know in that relationship what your man wants to do, what he enjoys doing, what he finds relaxing. I think it's so important to be able to reciprocate that sort of time and initiate it. Like ask him, hey, why don't you go do this? Like we're not doing anything. Maybe we can run some errands in the morning that I need to run and you can come with me. But in the afternoon, how about, you go fishing or you play your game or whatever it is that your man enjoys, because that's when he will feel like he can actually take that up without feeling like he's making you unhappy by doing that. If you can do that, that man is going to be a happy man in that relationship.
So I posted a couple videos recently talking about modern women and what their standards are and what modern women are looking for. And I've gotten a lot of comments from men saying that they are not looking for a modern woman. They want a traditional woman, and that there aren't enough of them out there. So that had me thinking, like, well, what is the difference between a modern woman and a traditional woman? I wrote some notes here to distinguish the difference. A modern woman is someone who's independent. She has a full-time career. She prioritizes career and education over family and children. She is strong and wants to be taken seriously. And you'll probably hear her say things like, I don't need no man to support me, and never depend on a man. A traditional woman is someone who focuses on family and children. She cooks and she cleans. She knows how to take care of her man mentally, emotionally, and physically. She's graceful and nurturing, and I'm gonna say it, submissive. So, for all the modern women out there, I hear all the time that they want a traditional man, but it's sounding to me like traditional men don't actually want modern women. And I can't tell you how many times I hear women say they don't cook, they don't clean, but yet they want a man to pay all their bills. So I'm just curious, women, do you consider yourself modern or traditional? And what kind of man are you actually looking for? And for men, what are the qualities that you're looking for in a woman if it's not a modern woman?
You will never settle a divorce or child custody battle with a narcissist unless you do this. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Judge Anthony. I've been a family law attorney for over 23 years, and I served 5 years on the bench as judge. If you're in a high conflict case with a narcissist, follow me for free help. In your high conflict divorce or child custody battle with a narcissist, the only way you're going to settle for something that is somewhat reasonable or favorable to you is to make the process as painful as possible for your narcissistic ex. If they are comfortable through the process, they will stall and delay. They will force you to spend as much money as possible on legal fees, and they will starve you into settling for something much less than you are entitled to. And the only way to stop that is to either, one, try the case and win, which costs a lot of money and takes a lot of time, or make the process painful for them by finding a point of leverage to exploit against them. Maybe it is something in their finances that they are hiding that you are going to expose. Maybe it is evidence that will tarnish their reputation or character if it is exposed. You have to find this through the discovery process and then dig into it. One of the ways you will know you are getting close is that they will become more and more angry as you get close to the point of leverage. They will lash out against you. They will threaten you. They will do anything to stop you. And once you find that point, you continue to dig in and use it and exploit it until you put them in enough pain to bring them to the table to settle.
So I have a post here from Chinese Kitty Story herself saying, I'm tired of these 2026 situationships. I want a husband and a new baby this year. If you don't know who Chinese Kitty is, I'll show you her profile and you judge for yourself. I ain't gonna lie, I know most niggas will hit this.
It's me. I'm niggas.
So as we go through her profile, you can see some people might say, oh, this is not bad, but if you want a husband, you're selling your sexuality, you're selling yourself. You're basically saying you're a free agent for everybody. Look at this picture. She looked good. We can't knock that. She looks great. She looks amazing. But we all know who she is, what she's done in the industry. Yeah, you want a husband and a new baby, especially from a certain type of man, you definitely gotta act right. And this is not acting right at all. And you want to get married. Pack it up.
Whenever women come online and complain about the level of attractiveness of the men that they themselves are attracting, I automatically assume it's rage bait. Because there's no way you lack that much self-awareness to think that you are so grand and above and beyond these petty little men that try and speak to you on a daily basis. Most men shoot where they think they're gonna score. Let's start there. So if a man is a 5, he's probably going to shoot for other 5s, 6s, 4s, maybe a 7 if he's feeling lucky. Most 5s are not going to shoot for 10s unless they feel like shooting for the moon one day. But on a day-to-day, most men are shooting where they think they're going to score. And yes, he looked at you and said, yeah, that girl's probably on my level. She might say yes to me. And if that offends you, feel free to look in the mirror and change some things. And we have to remember that we are not the ones that set our place in the dating market. We have this idea that we are all 10s out of 10s because I said I'm a 10, so I'm a 10. And that's not up to you. It's actually up to the men. And feel free to ask one to see where you rank, because those ones that are coming online and just asking random men, they are getting comments filled with things that are going to make them very insecure in the future. And I don't wish that on my worst enemy. So ask a trusted male friend, would you?
And you expect your husband to make $300,000 and be faithful to you.
I would hope so.
Why? Why? Because if most women want a man who can provide like that. See, that's what I don't understand with you modern women. You still want men. You want men who can provide like traditional men have, but they have to make so much more money than men of old. You know these men are extremely rare and very valuable. What are you bringing to the table from a marketplace standpoint that offsets his high value status?
That's a good question. I thought you were going to ask me what my ticket size was.
What are you bringing? Because that's the trade. He has high, not when you say high value, his high income status. What are you bringing from an S&V status to match his high income status?
I guess looks to a certain degree. Cooking.
Okay, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Dress size?
4.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
128 pounds.
All right. For looks from a certain standpoint, but do looks increase or decrease with women as they age?
Most of the time they decrease.
Most of the time? Most of the time?
Look at Kelly Rowland, but she's an anomaly. But
remember, guys, everything's subjective or variable or very extreme. Remember? Subjective and variable or very extreme.
I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I just forget, like, comparably how much larger my husband is than me. Like, I forget that he's bigger than me. Because undoubtedly, my attitude a lot of times makes me think I'm the same size as him. Like, I could go toe to toe with this man and look him in his eye. But then there are times where I suddenly realize, oh, I am small girl. I realized it last night. We were snuggling and he was Big Spoon and I was Little Spoon. And we're laying there and he like reaches across me and like holds my hand, but he like kind of wraps his hand around my hand. And I'm just laying there and I think to myself, his hand is really big. And then I start like taking stock of like how much larger this man is compared to me. And it's like, when did I forget that
Men and women, not equal. And that's the hottest thing that I have ever realized, because we are not the same. We're not built the same. We are not wired the same. And thank God for that. Women bring magic men will never have. Intuition that feels danger before it walks in the door. Nurturing that turns a house into a home. And a softness that calms the wildest storms. Men bring power women should never have to carry. Direction when everything feels lost. Protection that makes you sleep like a baby. Raw strength that moves mountains so you don't have to.
And you know, you have to understand that when you ask about where all the good men are, a lot of these men are quiet. They're right in front of you. They didn't disappear. They just quiet. I'm selective. I'm less willing to throw myself into another situation that looks and that feels unserious. You look and you feel unserious. This whole thing that we got going on looks and feels unserious. It looks like you playing around. You about to play with my money, about to play with my time. Some of these brothers got kids, and you about to play with my kids. And if you start doing that, we might have a problem.